Yeah. I'm just talking to get the camera coming up on me. You see what I'm doing there? Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Broden.
Let's get that chat going. Let's get the pogs in the chat, you poggers.
See if I can get it on my phone. I didn't bring my laptop today.
That's a good point, Paul.
I find it quite freeing, Manny.
Yeah, well, I also wanted it to be like, I need to trust myself more and stop relying on the computer in front of me. So I just wrote notes.
Oh, that's cool.
Just trying to... Yeah.
I want to shout out Richard, who's gifting subs like he's Santa coming down the chimney. Richard's acting like he lives up on the North Pole, Richard gifting. He's gifting like he's St. Nicholas even. Gifting Richard. What do we do with you, Richard, with your gifting, Richard? And who else?
And I can even do it. That is the power of the internet. I can give a shout out to Destruction Lane for becoming an official Peel Bound. So thank you very much, Destruction Lane.
And I don't want to scare anyone, but Paul Mullen from Wrexham Football Club is in the chat.
Really?
Or they have the same name.
Oh.
Or they're using someone else's name as an avatar to I've failed
I
it.
couldn't work out how to get the comments up on my phone.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Surely. Do you have
Yo,
YouTube?
so
No. I might just leave it.
folks, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I'm going to change Marnie's camera angle slightly, guys. Which one is it? This one.
Do you want me to speak?
That's not
It's always really hard when you have to just talk on the spot.
Oh.
Usually when they do checks, it's like, what did you have for breakfast? I had a leftover burrito from GYG. It's the first time I've ever had GYG working the Olympics. We've been like Uber Eatsing quite late. And I had like the mushroom one. It's really good.
They should give us some money.
All right. Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
their goal is to have more locations than McDonald's in Australia?
That's...
Absurd. That's not
Yeah,
going to happen.
no.
Do you know which
sorry.
chain has the most locations in Australia?
I would assume McDonald's.
Wrong.
Red
No
Rooster.
way. No.
Hungry Jack's.
Wrong.
No, it wouldn't be Starbucks.
There's no way it's KFC.
Sorry, Mons?
I said Starbucks and I said it wouldn't be Starbucks.
Wrong.
No. Oh, but
Origin.
that's triggering something, no? Maybe a bit out there. I would have guessed McDonald's.
KFC.
Wrong.
Nah.
Wrong.
No, let's keep on this game. Are you including like BPs? Like no. It's like fast food.
Yeah, like chains.
Specifically Could be 7-Eleven
Wrong.
or Krispy Kremes.
Wrong.
Running out of really popular.
That's annoying.
Tim, you got it, yes. Isaac, you got it,
Can we
yes.
have a
Maddie,
clue?
you got it, yes. AP, you got it, yes.
Yeah, give us a clue. We don't cheat. We don't look at the chat.
It is a chain.
Oh, but
and
what kind of
Its
food?
major spokesperson
Subway.
for a very long time. Oh, and James Scarsbrook just coming in here and becoming an official Peel bouncer.
Thank you, James.
Thank you,
You know how it is. Michelle's patisserie, very good. Courtney Fry.
Subway is my favorite fast food. We discussed
Subway?
this at length. Yeah.
Guess what I had for lunch?
What'd you have for lunch?
Subway.
What could you have? Meatball.
I had a wrap
Oh.
with chicken in it.
Here's the thing about Subway, right? I have a Discord, and on the Discord we have a channel called Rate My Subway Order, where people put in their Subway orders and I try them and rate them. I give it like 6 inches, 13,
Yep.
or whatever. And I don't think there's any other fast food that would allow that amount of flexibility and options. And
Yeah.
During COVID, when they had a garlic butter.
oh yeah, I remember that. That made me sick once.
You could put it on. You could put it on your sub.
Yeah, it was a sandwich made with garlic bread.
Yeah. And for me, that got me through COVID.
Yeah, and it had the special cheese that went with it as well. It was like cheesy garlic bread. It was like a mozzarella type.
Oh, and it was delicious. And let me tell you, El Jana though is the goated.
Yeah, I haven't worked out what I like from Eliana yet. Nothing's been
chicken
bad
and chips.
there. So I don't like that from there. But and also I've had one of the burgers and I didn't love it. But not like I'm off it, but like I haven't found what I like there yet.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
You know what I had the other night, which was really nice?
A sandwich.
Bell's hot chicken.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm choking on a Red Bull and I'm not feeling well. But I had Bell's chicken the other night.
Yes, and how'd you go with that?
I loved it. Like the
Can I have a
closest to him. You guys have been funny. Marnie realized the desk was dirty and now they're all like, yeah, Bell's hot chicken is the closest I've had to like American fried chicken, I think.
This smells to me like COVID.
Yes.
Well, yeah, like cleaning products.
I'm talking about that specific southern red chicken, though. I don't know if you've ever had it.
No, we're having different conversations.
Yeah, I know.
now.
I'm just continuing on my conversation.
No, that sounds excellent.
Pushing through.
Oh, folks, I think the energy's good, and I think it's time to pre-bounce that pill. And I'll start doing the show now. How long is this season going to go? It's round 22, and it's like, well, oh, yeah, it's going to be over soon. No, there's like 7 more weeks. How is 2 months of this?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Well, it must be time to bounce that pill. We've bounced that pill when the men's footy's been on 22 times. Well, times 2 because we bounce it twice. For mates, we don't really bounce it.
Round 0.
Oh yeah, round.
And we did one before.
It's not
that as
round
well.
22. It's round 23. Really.
And we did a ladder predictions episode. So we've done 24 weeks straight of like our episodes.
That's so many pills. What is this, King's Street in Melbourne on a Saturday night? So many pills. Marnie, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, what do you do?
What do I do?
You're a sports journalist.
I am, yes.
And it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
How's your week been? Back to work.
Good. So good. I'm feeling a little bit delirious because I've been finishing so late.
Yeah.
And then like you wake up and it's like I hate going to, like and I'm so wired, so I'm not going to bed, like sleep until like 2 a.m. when I get home. And then I'll wake up and like we've won all these golds and stuff. And I feel like,
Yes.
oh my God, all this happened while I was
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
it. And I feel like I'm living like, I don't know what the word is, like dazed a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything just feels a bit.
I've found out about all 14 golds through notifications on my phone, through my eyes, like crusty eyes at like 7:08. Like,
Yeah.
like, Jess Fox has done it again. I'm like, what is this? Oh, that's good. And how are you, Tom?
Very well, thank you, mate. How are you?
Good. We launched today. If you're not across our socials, we launched our live tour, which will be happening in September, and it's gone off with great aplomb.
Yeah.
did
Although
you-
people in Brisbane are mad.
Yes, no, they are. Well, here's
And
the.
Geelong and Tassie and everything. You know.
I would say Tassie and Brizzy seem the most indignant, with a little bit of peppered from Canberra, but Canberra's indignant about everything.
And Brazil. I was getting notification on my phone, like people commenting, come to Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We got a Boston one. I was like, I think we should go to Boston before Canberra.
Yeah,
That'd be funny if we went Perth, Adelaide, Boston, Sydney, Melbourne. We just got a quick loop by Massachusetts.
Yeah.
What was cool though is to launch the video today. I'll say briefly on Brisbane. Brisbane had a lot of interest, and we really wanted to go there. Do you know the truth of it is though? Is that Brisbane's live venues are really hard to come by now. They've just closed the zoo, which was a real institution up there. We've played a lot of venues up there, and they don't have that many going. So in the time constraints that we had versus the numbers of how many people we'd be performing for, it actually became impossible, which is a real bummer because we would have liked to get up there, and hopefully we can again in the near future. But I just wanted to talk about very quickly, if you haven't heard our trailer, we went and got Rod Mulliner. If you don't know who Rod Mulliner is, he sounds like this.
Are you ready? This September, as finals fever takes over, Broden, Tom, and Marnie are travelling Australia,
What a voice.
spreading the good word of footy. Melbourne,
Yes.
Sydney, Adelaide, and for the first time, Perth.
So it's a fantastic
So
voice,
get
and
ready,
we were
mother.
like, I was just thinking of like, how can we rev up this tour and when it's
So
going to happen
cool.
and have fun. And I was like, it would be cool to get the guy who does the 7 hypes and has worked for the AFL for 30 years, but also does Hamish and Andy's stuff. True story. And so we got him. And he came here a week ago. He came to this. He's in his 80s. He's been doing it for a very long time. And Rod's a very accomplished actor in his own right. And he was born in England, but lives here now. And he showed up at the front, and I was waiting for him. And then he got out of his car. I was like, Rod, he went, hello there. How are you?
that's so cool.
And then I was like, come upstairs. Like, yes. And then he came, and I was like, this is Tom. He's like, hello, Tom.
Yeah. Very complimentary of my studio space.
He said, I like this room. And then we made him a coffee. He said, yes, delicious coffee. And then he read through. He's like, look at this script here. Ah, yes, the football, yes. And he goes for Hawks. And we should have him on one day, but it was just funny to have this guy go, it's fucking my voice talking like him. But he was like, what is this malacca?
I was like, it's Greek for wanker.
He's like, yes, very good, yes.
Yes. Malakas.
Yeah, he did malacca. So bounce that pill, malacas. But also, he's going to do a lot of VO for our finals run. And one of my favorite things I got him to say, which I should leave as a spoiler, but I'm too excited to. He said, brought to you by Ansett Airways, which is going to open up all the finals one, which I think's funny because they're a defunct airline, much like your favorite airline, Rex.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad.
Would you rather have Rex still in the air or Bombers still in the 8?
Rex still in the air because Bombers are going to come back in the 8. Don't even worry.
Yeah, what a
Don't
win
worry
last
about it.
weekend, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Rex are less close to an airport now than you are. You know what I mean? You're airport adjacent. You're more likely to be near planes than
That's
the Rex.
very true.
There was something else we needed to talk. Oh, yes, the tickets are moving very, very fast. Melbourne came out of the box very, very quick because Melbourne loves its footy. And that's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, Vic Bias. Melbourne loves its footy.
Yeah.
And you can say what you want about Melbourne, but we love a flat white and footy.
Yeah.
But hey, not to say that other towns don't, but we are going to add a second Melbourne show, which will be on sale shortly, but because we're very close to selling out. That is to say the others are not far behind, so get moving on that. We'd love to see you. Marnie, it'll be the first time for you performing comedy.
That's not true. But it will be the first time performing in Perth. I'm so excited. I assume we'll get there and there will just be Harley Reid and Sam Kerr murals on every street.
Yeah,
Yes.
Northbridge is going to disappoint.
I haven't...
Okay, because someone commented something about Northbridge and I was like, I don't know.
Because I bashed it on the pod when we were doing our top 10 cities after I went on tour. Because Perth is gorgeous. Northbridge, not so much.
Oh, well,
They have... Northbridge is rough,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
it's fine.
okay.
And Adelaide is big shithole.
But you won't shut up about it. Your favourite cafes there, or your favourite restaurants are
Oh,
from
can
there.
I come to Willie's?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's
Cool.
nothing there for you.
No,
Because-
chips and gravy.
chips and gravy.
But that gravy might have like a broth in it.
Well,
I reckon
I'll
there'd
ask.
be a nice pasty or something, at least. At least.
Okay.
And probably lots of desserts, but you're not a sweetie, so...
I should point out when I say Adelaide is a shithole, that's self-loathing.
That's why I rebutted with all the things you never shut up about from there.
Because I've been there heaps. I just keep going there this year.
Yeah.
It's a good city.
No,
I
but
think it is. I really like it.
yes, no, it's you are very Adelaide actually.
Yeah, well, I do think that that's because my dad was born there, so my dad has Adelaide allegiance, and that's just
Yeah.
filtered through in the blood.
Yeah, 100%.
Adelaide.
Yes. Also, their women's footy's aces.
Yeah, they are the power state.
Yeah, because even like I was having this conversation with someone the other day, being like, just the state of origin, AFLW, whatever, being like, Vic v SA, genuinely
Vic VSA
would be so interesting.
Oh, fun.
for state of 100%.
Yeah.
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 I reckon
Although
Aaron Phillips
Brizzy is anyway, yeah.
bring Daisy and Aaron back for that one game, or make them the coaches of either side. The Ted
Now
Whitten.
we're talking.
The Ted Whitten and Kane Corns' dad, Graham Corns, as the coach, because he used to coach Adelaide.
Yeah, right.
South Australia, I should say. That'd be sick. Who has the better serial killers, though?
Adelaide for sure.
They've got Snowtown, but then, hey, Perth does well. They have Bradley Robert Edwards, the Claremont killer.
Oh, right.
He was caught recently. And then Melbourne has... we got our own...
We have like our Carlton thing going on, don't we?
Yeah, that's underbelly. That's kind of, cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
But then,
cool murder.
but then New South Wales is not without its charm.
No.
Well, New South Wales, didn't they have the two women that the underbelly one was about? It was like the two
Oh,
women,
maybe.
Tilly someone, or...
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, the AFLW kills in Sydney as well. It dominates,
Exactly.
literally.
Yeah, true.
Well, there is something else we did need to talk about, but it's completely escaped my mind until I looked at Tom.
Yeah, and you remember that I was dying of a disease. And you're like, that's right, we've got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, you on Sunday we announced that you are running for Live
It's called Live Fearlessly Challenge.
Live Fearlessly Challenge, and you're running with me.
Yeah.
150 kilometers, or in miles.
Oh, no idea. 87 probably.
Yes, 87, correct. 87 miles in the month of September.
Yeah.
And we wanted to raise $2,500.
Yeah.
Which would have put us at the front of all the people doing it, by the way.
Yeah, we would have been up there on the leaderboards.
And how much have we made in Monday, Tuesday, 3 days?
So we actually have smashed our goal and we have raised $3,777. So thank you everyone who's jumped around it. A lot of people have joined our team to run with us and raise money with us.
What's that
I
in
didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so
I'll do
you can,
that.
join up, please. And then you have to set your own goal and all that, though. So it's up to you whether you want to do that.
Can I take back the money I donated to yours and donate
absolutely. See, people have joined up here, like Will and Seamus and Dallas have joined up to run. Alex and Dylan are all
that's so cool.
running for us.
Some guy
Obviously,
called Tom.
I've raised the most money, so thank you everyone who's donated.
Pull
to
your
me.
weight, everybody else.
No, but I really do appreciate it. Only 3 days and we're smashing our goal already. So I've upped our goal to 10,000 now because why not? Like as a team, that is. So
And what is that in yen?
that would be several million yen, I think.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
87 miles, 7 million yen.
Yeah. But genuinely, thank you so much, guys. And we've still got a long way to go. So if you're interested in joining or donating, then please feel free to.
Now, I am going to run.
Cool.
Yes.
We're going to do a thing on grand final day as well.
Yes. Grand final breakfast.
We're going to do a grand final breakfast, which is just us going to be Tom and I in the studio here live streaming as we run on a treadmill
Yeah,
for the morning.
pretty funny.
It's not going to compete with the grand final.
No. It's going to be like
And at
9:30
2:30
a.m.
PM?
sort of thing.
Though some of our audience, they're loyal enough that they would just come watch that,
Yeah.
depending on who's playing. But yeah, we'll try and finish the final off downstairs on a live stream, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And then have a big breakfast we can all come to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have some breakfast.
Muffins.
Yeah. I love muffins.
Yeah.
English muffins. Broden has a sauce for good English muffins.
I do like an English muffin.
Yeah.
Oh, Marnie.
Broden has the hook.
Let me show you. I'll show you an English muffin that'll make you think you're a Grenadier Guardsman. You'll be so English from the muffin and so on. It's time for the
Threatening.
news. Time for the news. I have nothing to say to you. I have absolutely nothing. Welcome back. Marnie, you have the news. Mm-hmm. You are the news hound. You sniff out the news, as they say in the industry.
Sometimes it's just presented in my email, like this one, where the round 24 details have been announced. So that weekend's likely going to decide the top 8 and the top 4 finishes, which
Really?
is very exciting. There's going to be 5 games on what they're calling a Super Saturday, 3 on the Sunday. And this delivered my favourite quote of the week from Andrew Dillon, which is, as we sit here now, there's no team that's in the 8 that's mathematically locked in. Isn't that so exciting?
So the Swans could drop out.
Yeah, there's no team. Well,
Let's
I mean,
hope.
it's so unlikely, but there's no team that's mathematically locked into the 8.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Can I posit a Friday night in that final round? The viewership's going to be through the roof. Probably 2 teams are going to be in the finals, right?
Yep.
Who's playing Friday night?
Collingwood, Melbourne.
Why? Why are they putting 2
David and
teams?
Goliath of a few years ago.
Why are they playing 2 teams who aren't in the finals on Friday night?
But they could
Yeah,
be.
they could be.
But
It's
we
like
won't be.
highly unlikely, but you never know.
But yeah, maybe they're going for this Super Saturday thing where like all the good teams are playing on Saturday.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's going to be actually so overwhelming. Like I'm already like a bit overstimulated just thinking about those 5 games that could all have
now have they
repercussions on
staggered
the
them,
day.
Marnie? They have. They've brought back the stagger. Thank God.
They should have like a whole day
No,
where
they
it's
haven't.
like you get up at 6 a.m. We're going to have breakfast and have an 8 a.m. game. You know what I mean? Like we can have like
Yeah.
a whole festival day.
You've said it's staggered, and I have to challenge you that. Oh no, I'm looking at a different round.
Yeah, you're looking at this round, which is not staggered, and I'm still mad about it. 145, 210, 435, 725, 740, which is all I've ever asked for, guys.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Yeah, it's not that much.
not that much.
Just a little 15-minute stagger.
One of the most important games of the round, Fremantle Port,
Yeah.
is at 6:10 on Sunday night.
Great.
But
no
it is-
we're podcasting late that night.
I know how annoying, but it makes sense because it would be, what would that be? Is Perth 2 hours behind? 4:10?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Still not great though. Like, I guess Freo people, you're used to late Sunday games. I don't know, but yeah, that'll be good to sit down to prime time, watch that game, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Bounce gets pushed right back.
Doggies and Giants is also that day, and it starts at 12:30. Like, starts at lunchtime,
I love that.
I'm into that.
and then the Saints and Carlton is at 3:20. Yeah, okay.
That could determine whether Carlton play finals or not. That is so fun.
Yes, that's nice.
So fun.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they finally got to that. I wonder why it took this long. They really held it off.
Yeah,
as
they
long as-
really did. Hey, yeah, very frustrating.
I think it's probably the volatility of the ladder that's done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to maximize like viewer impact, I guess, of the fan experience.
Well, it is cool that they're being thoughtful about it. And then the following week, AFLW starts.
Yes.
Congrats.
I cannot
Yes.
believe it's this close away.
Yeah, 23 days or something, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is less than a month.
Yeah.
I haven't been counting down the days like you. Maybe you're going to surpass me in being a super fan.
This far out, are you ready to give your prediction for the W flag?
Yes, absolutely. I think do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
maybe we should wait until we get closer. But like North Melbourne, and it's not even just because it's like, oh, well, they're in the grand final.
Revenge tour.
Yeah, but the way that the trajectory is gone is the team for the last 4 grand finals, the team that's won has lost the previous grand final.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So if it follows that same trajectory, North Melbourne have it in the bag. But also, North Melbourne VFLW just won the flag. And you briefly mentioned when you talked about it on the Monday show that for the VFLW, a lot of teams played AFLW players. North Melbourne played no AFLW players and they still won the flag because their quality is so good.
They bat deep.
Insane.
They bat so deep.
But will some VFLW players now go to the senior side?
No.
It's a completely separate side. Like that flag team, none of them are going up.
No.
Wow.
They're just sparring partners for the.
Yeah, well, they're
the
probably
main
younger
team.
as well.
The VFLW.
Yeah, they're a younger side.
Well, some
I'm
would
trying
be
to think
older,
of it
right?
because they also had a lot of. I'm just thinking about the players that had like Alana Barber and Rachel Teeney go across from Essendon.
Right.
And so they are like my age.
All right.
Libby Birch at North now as well.
Yeah, Libby Bertha's at North now.
And Emma Kearney's 34 now. So it could be last year or second or last year maybe.
Could be.
And then Jazzy Garner is how old now? She's still in her prime.
Prime, yeah.
No, okay, I love that tape. We'll get into it in more detail in a few weeks.
Yeah, well, I did actually have, because we're a month out, all of the AFLW changes that have just happened because we've talked about like new era with the expansion that happened 2 seasons ago. And it's like, well, all 18 clubs are in, now we're in a new era. But it really feels like it now that kind of the dust has settled from the expansion because you've got Ellie Blackburn handing over the captaincy to Dee Berry. You've got Ange Stannett taking the captaincy from Hayley Miller. At GWS, Alicia Eva, who's just been the captain for so long and is such a stalwart there, giving the captaincy to Rebecca Beeson. You've got Emily Bates taking the captaincy from Tilly Lucas-Rod and 4 new coaches this year. So it just feels like there's so many changes that have just happened.
What was the year that what was AFLW 1? Was that 16 or 17?
2017.
17. So there would be players coming into drafting into these sides now who would have been 11
Yeah, I know.
when that happened.
I know.
So you're starting to set, and have had a whole team upbringing of either being, of playing, and so every year it's going to be just compound growth.
Maybe only a couple of years off like generation 2 almost.
Yeah, G2.
Yeah, well, I feel like this is it, right? With all of these stalwart captains handing over the captaincy, it really feels that.
And so
like
many
that'd be-
greats of the game having retired recently as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Exciting.
I will finish this news item with a question, which is, so the Boomers that Broden and I stayed up till 1 a.m. last night watching were up by 24 points at some stage. They blew that lead to lose to Serbia in overtime. My question is, do you think it would have been handy to have a world-class defender on the Boomers side?
Yeah, but he couldn't shoot. I feel like our defense is pretty good. I think they was really badly coached. Like, that's the long and short of it. They had really bad rotation. They stayed with players that Brian Goorjian really liked because he knew how they played, despite the fact there was better players sitting on the bench. They brought Joe Ingles, who did not play. They really and more so than just the roster choice. Basketball more so than footy is about set plays. Like, you can really set up a play and run it, and you can run multiple things. And this group with this coach has been together now for like 3 or 4 years, and they didn't, in that final run, made no plays whatsoever. But also in basketball coaching, if you're up by 24, a coach should be able to sustain that lead. You should be able to hold that. by calling timeouts at the right time, by telling your players to use the full 24-second shot clock. There are so many things you can do, and they just didn't. They just didn't. And that's just complete. That's Swans level malpractice.
Yeah.
To bring it back to footy.
They need a new strategy coach.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Has Gorge stepped down now, or was that a rumor? Yeah.
No, he stepped down. From all reports, he's a really lovely guy. Do you know how old he is?
No.
71.
Yeah, right.
He could run for president in 9 years.
Yeah, it's hard from the outside, right? He might be so important to that culture and what they're trying to build at the Boomers, right? But
yeah, no, it's a bummer.
The thing that makes me the saddest is that Paddy Mills is 36. In 4 years, he's going to be 40.
Yeah.
Is that the last we've seen him played in Olympics?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Like, we have so much good youth coming through. We also have, like, Tyrese Proctor coming through, and, like, yeah, we have so many young guns. I don't think this is the last run for the Boomers, but maybe the last run for Paddy.
It was a little rebuild because in the period where Andrew Bogut was the best player for Australia, we were pretty good. Not at the level that we're good now. But Andrew Bogut, despite how he talks now, was an absolute star basketball player. And they built around him. And then when he dropped out, they had to kind of start again. And so the run they did to get to here where we're expecting them to medal is just such huge basketball growth. And I hope it continues to grow that way. And we start to see the showcase games in Australia done with a bit more tact, and we start to see better coaches, and we start to see, like, when you looked at the bench when we went to the game in Australia, there was the players who were in the extended squad who are always going to be cut but are going to be friggin' incredible players.
That's exciting.
Like 18-year-olds now. Like Josh Giddey didn't play in Tokyo but was around the team. And there's just more at that level coming through. This next generation is very exciting. And with a semi-cognizant coach, we should be able to do some good stuff. Scott Roth would defend the island. He'd get him to defend the big island. He's the Tassie coach.
Oh, right.
Jared McVeigh is insane as well, by the way. He just did
like his tweeting.
Yeah, the tweeting's insane. Did you see the one he said about his wife?
Yeah.
So I got mad at my wife. It's like,
he was like,
something you should
she was like, you are so talented. He's like, no, I'm not.
I got mad at her.
I'm dedicated. Subscribe to my newsletter.
Yeah, but my favorite thing was a screenshot of someone else being like, can you get off your phone for 1 second, cunt? Shut up.
But no, he was actually incredible last night. So he's good at shooting, and now he plays for Houston.
And by the time this goes out, the Opals would have won to redeem it.
Oh, yeah. They will have won. Do you know in Houston or in Texas, if you play basketball, you pay 1% tax? And if you play in...
It's like the best, yeah.
That's why basketball players want to play in Texas.
Yeah. Whereas if you're a star for the Lakers, you pay like 37%.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that. It's like, it's still low relative to Australia, but it's like 20 or something like that.
Yeah, right, okay.
So depending on what state. That's when Americans say we pay too much tax. They're talking about like $4.
Yeah,
my God.
Yeah, it's totally state dependent. It's all, there's like federal tax and then there's state tax, which is just crazy. But yeah, I think, it's very interesting. But yeah, if you get a $40 million contract in Houston, it's like literally
it's worth $40 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then Canada's even worse because if you go play in Canada and you get a $40 million NBA thing, they have like real proper Aussie tax.
Oh,
so you lose it all. It's crazy.
Speaking about losing it all, we've lost Dusty Martin.
Yeah.
And Tom Hawkins, but we'll start with Martin.
Fuck.
Yeah,
talk about them.
Tuesday was a very big day for player retirements. I love that these both happened on the same day within 28 minutes. And I do think that the media teams have prepared everything. They've got everything ready. It wasn't like, oh, we'll just, go at the same time.
Yeah, do you think the emails were already sent before the news broke or not quite?
No.
Nah, right.
No.
Because I would have held off, I think.
Yeah, but...
Geelong would have had an internal conversation going, hey, the best player of the last 20 years has just retired. Should we hold off ours? And they went, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah, legit.
Dusty who?
We've already set it all up. We got the presser. Everyone's coming,
Yeah.
We got to go have lunch at Chin Chin, Can I tell my two favourite moments of both those players?
Please.
They're both grand finals. So when I'm old, and I remember when Tom Hawkins came in, and it would have been did they win the flag in 2011? I think they won the flag in 2011 against Collingwood.
Oh, was that Hawthorn? I thought 09.
No, 2011 they won.
2011?
Someone can check it for me. I'll just keep ranting and raving.
Yeah, that's fine.
But so before he was brought in as a father-son from memory. And he was really glumpy, and he had the energy of the same energy as a Tom Boyd or a John Patton and it was when that era when everyone coming through was Jonathan Brown, but then none of those players ever became that good, apart from Hawkins. So Hawkins for those first years just looked like this big galumpy guy. He had this very simple look on his face, a very like cutesy face, but just a giant body. And I remember going, and everyone being like, oh, worried about him, and he could not kick straight. And then in this grand final, it was his arrival, and he just kept marking the ball and was the difference, because Collingwood were coming hard that day. It was Mick Malthouse's last game as coach, I think.
Yeah, right.
And he just kept marking it and just kept missing and then in the final quarter, he took a massive mark, handballed off to Stevie J to kick him ahead. But it was his arrival moment where he looked completely at home on grand final day and pretty much won them the game as a little kid. And it feels like after that, he was like, I was the main guy on grand final day. I feel completely at home from now on. And he has just had a career since then, which has just been stellar. On the other side, my favourite Dusty moment is in 2017, in the 2017 grand final. He was one out. There was just one moment. He was just so elite and so good. There was a moment where he was one off in the 50 by himself. They kicked it over his head, and it was one of those moments. One of the first times I've ever experienced watching football. Go, he's just going to mark this, and he just got the guy out of the way and marked it and kicked it going up. This guy is just so much better than everyone else. It's just cool to see them both. These are two guys who cognizantly, as an adult, I've seen their full careers play out, and it's just been really cool.
Yeah, I've really loved watching. A lot of my friends have been posting like tributes to the players, but like it's photos of them as kids with them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa,
crazy,
that's so weird watching that. Yeah. And I love because like they're such big characters of the game, but so different. Like they could not be more different. Like you've got Tom Hawkins who like, well, I think he'll go straight into a media career. He's already doing special comms and things like that. And then you've got Dusty Martin who we don't really know that much about because he will not speak to media.
I think we'll never hear from Dusty again.
No, I think he's out of here. Well, I mean, I love that there's already speculation being like, the press release says he's a retired Richmond player, effective immediately.
Yeah, I think we can talk about that at some point. But yes, and I think he'll do a Tony Lockett and go into the wilderness and race greyhounds or something. Like you won't.
Maybe he'll move to New Zealand.
I think he probably
That's
will.
probably a
I
good
think
shout,
he probably will.
Yeah.
But hopefully not Auckland, because Auckland needs to. It's not what it used to be.
Really? I haven't been for a while.
You were there last. Oh no,
Yeah, I didn't come to that one because I had a baby.
Queen Street. Oh yes, I recall. I recall. Okay, and yeah. Tom Hawkins.
Hey, are you going to do your song?
Oh well, I was thinking because this week Benny in the booth did the Let It Be to Scott Pendlebury, and I was trying to think of a song parody for Dusty, and all I could come up is Wet Ass Pussy, but need a clearance or disposal. Well, you just ask Dusty, and that's all I've got.
Well, put up the
Get a mop
song,
and a bucket.
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 and kick it to Dusty. I like it. I want to see the full parody by Sunday.
Yeah, me
Thank you,
too. I
Braden.
feel like you can really flesh this out.
Yeah, it's they're one of my favorite backing tracks of all time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
check it. Oh shit, I got started again. I missed it. Oh wait. All right. Check it. I said certified freak. 24 rounds a year. Big ass Dusty. He makes it. Don't argue. Yeah. This is just like Benny. Yeah, you dealing with some wet ass Dusty. Need a mop and a bucket for some wet ass Dusty. Give me everything you got for some wet ass Dusty. Beat it up, fuck, extra hard. Put this right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top. I want to ride.
Kick it to Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty.
I thought you were going to make it all about Dusty.
I panicked.
So you work on it for Sunday is what I
Need a
reckon.
mop and a bucket.
And kick it to Dusty. I think it could be as big as Pendlebury.
Yeah, I can't. I can see myself on the MCG.
That's a funny image.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I'm excited to see the
finished product.
polished version.
Yeah.
Just me with a guitar, but not playing it in the golf square. Funnily enough, for Collingwood, Melbourne though, just for some reason.
Yeah.
What else is in the news?
Well, I do hope that Tom Hawkins gets another game for Geelong fans and him because he's obviously got that foot injury. He's coming back from it, but it's a Geelong side that's stacked with forwards at the moment. But surely he'll get his game.
Does he play into the finals?
Well, so he will retire at Geelong season end, but it's up to Chris Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Is it? Yeah.
At
'cause
least one, right? You're right. Yeah.
You'd
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
he'll play because I think they were. His injury initially was he'll be back for round 24. But is he back for round 24 to do a goodbye game, or is he back for round 24 to lead into playing finals? Which they could very well make a full run for the grand final.
Yeah, but then also, like, if that's a very important game to win, are you playing him to give him a send-off, or are you
I'm
not
definitely
risking
not.
it?
Yeah, no way. Not with how Geelong's been a little up, a little down. Like, very good overall, but
You take Hawkins at like a 50, 60% though.
not over like Ollie Dempsey and these other young guns that are killing it, I think.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be over Ollie Dempsey, obviously. It'd be like over.
Yeah, who would it be over? Yeah, and yeah, no, you could perhaps find room. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, or maybe they won't. But do you think he'll get free chin chin for life is what I'm curious.
What's this chin chin thing you're always going about?
Can we go to Chin Chin?
Isn't it a delicious restaurant in Melbourne?
Yeah,
this
that's
is what happens.
Benny Az. That's why I've never been.
Yeah, me either.
This is when
He's
Dwayne.
obviously
Oh
been
yeah,
several
we're
times.
not on the same league as this one.
Dwayno's been when Dwayno co-hosted Dwayne Russell.
Yeah.
He was telling me at the GMHBA stadium.
Yeah.
There's a chin chin in the stadium.
We've just got to go down just for fun one time, I think.
We had someone message us the other day giving us a full review of the GMHBA Chin Chin
Oh, right,
Stadium
cool.
experience.
We should do reviews of stadiums with all our spare time.
Yeah.
I reviewed Marvel last week. I think it's better than the MCG, and I had no feedback on it.
I heard you say that, and I was like, yeah, I've been saying that
You have.
for years.
Should have credited Marnie with planting the
know.
inception seed there.
Yours was mostly about the
It's the food in the press box.
the
Yeah.
vegetarian pasty in particular.
And close to work, I think, was there.
Yeah.
By the way, what did you think of being a smooth head dashhund?
I was actually on like a walk, and I had to stop to Google it just so I could comment on the Instagram because I was like, I don't know how to spell dashhund.
It was very therapeutic for me actually doing
Okay.
that. I'll tell you why, because people come at me when I say something, or they go, like, a disgraceful take about what you said about the Swans or this, and then I was like, the ferocity and rigor and vigor with which people attacked me over my dog breed choices. I'm like, oh, you're all just idiots. It doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
So no, it made me feel better. It was therapeutic for
Leaving
me.
out Collingwood is very funny.
Yes, it was an accident, genuinely.
And we missed out another one as well, I think.
Tassie?
No.
No, we did 17.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I took me 90 minutes and I still forgot Collingwood. Bummer.
Funny.
Any other news?
No.
That's great. Well, that was the news of the week.
Unless there's any other Olympics you want to talk about, because also, oh my goodness, what's her name? Why is it?
Ollie Slagers.
No, wasn't it? Oh, Arisa True, skateboarding gold. She's only 14.
yeah,
Did you watch it? Very emotional.
What time in the morning was it?
Oh, I watched the replay, please. But no, that's sick. Who knew Australia was so good at skateboarding? And it's happened right in front of my face, and I think I did really well not to react while you were talking to any of that, because we just got bronze in the marathon race walk mixed relay.
That's great.
I know.
We got third in the marathon race walk relay mixed.
2 hours and 51
just
minutes.
rolls off the tongue.
Wow.
Now, do you think to warm down they run?
Well, actually, because they grabbed their flags after they won and sprayed the champagne, but then they were running around, and I was like, how do you have energy left?
Yeah.
And also Italy had Parmigiano on their team.
There was a
Yeah.
player called Parmigiano.
Well, you're not going to beat Parmigiano.
No, they came in
Okay,
fifth.
yeah. Tipping?
Tipping now.
Tipping. Tipping.
No?
Tipping. Now. Now it's tipping, folks, and it's round 22, which means you heard it. That's right. There's only 940 rounds of football left this year to tip, and I'm excited to get it done. I'm I'm dropping badly. I'm so bad at tipping.
I'm coming for you. I backed up a 7 with an 8.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
incredible.
that's excellent.
And what
Yeah.
are you at? Over the year? Do you know your total number?
Oh, no, I don't, but it's like 109.
Yeah.
I think it
I
was
had a
112 you were on, were you? I was just looking at it earlier.
Okay, sure, 112. Yeah, because I had a good round last weekend, but then the weekend before that, I got like all of them wrong.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how you superstars of tipping go this week. Round 22.
Oh, my God.
As the opening round, first game. I'll do it as Rod Miller. Met in the first round. Sydney versus Collingwood.
How do you even tip this?
I know. I don't know.
Fun.
I think Collingwood actually.
At
But
the SCG.
I know. And also, is this the game that's going to spark Sydney back into gear?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
I think if Collingwood win this, then we have to start considering them as having a run at the finals.
They've had just so many close, important ones. I feel like last year, was it a prelim last year that Collingwood won by 1 point?
Probably. That's what they did all year, didn't they? They just won like a goal here, 2 points there. Like,
Yeah.
It feels like that at least.
That was also Sydney were winning by that small amount before they started losing by 112.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what you do, Tom. I'm tipping the home teams.
Yeah, good. Because you think I'm as basic as that, and I'm still offended by that. He thinks I just tip the home games, I just win everything. No, I'm tipping Collingwood by 20 points.
You go, duh. Which,
Just the home team,
Duh.
thank you.
So Sydney are favourites.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
A
crazy.
big box.
I can't believe that.
A Morrow.
Bounty, Turkish Delight.
Smarty, Amadi? I was trying to think in my
Marty,
head what I
Marty.
can do then. It's
That was
no.
good.
Marty
I
got
liked it.
subbed last week, right? Since he kicked those 9, he's not been as good as...
because I had a few people, and I actually think I love this side of Nuffy so much. When I made my little TikTok about Sydney, a few of the comments were like, nah, they dropped Amadi because they're just doing like a pre-buy before they run into finals. They're actually just resting on purpose. I was like, oh.
Guys, since he kicked the 9, he has not been good. And that's okay.
You're tipping pies.
By 20, yeah.
That's Icarusarian of you.
Yeah, I just feel like you can only go off form, right? And Sydney just got smacked and pies were pretty good. I hope I'm wrong.
Saturday 1:45, Brisbane Lions, GWS.
This is also a very good one.
Yeah.
Lions,
Yeah, I'm going Lions for sure.
but not by a lot. I reckon by like 13. Oh, well, yeah, I've got to do margins.
Yeah, right.
Or Butter's fine as well.
God.
That was good. I like that.
Margins.
Oh, I told a joke on the
I get
Age
it.
live blog, and then I did a poll being like more jokes or no jokes, and
Yeah.
it's like 50%.
You should have
like,
let us know. We would have got the audience to come in.
Literally trying to silence me. But is this not good? So, like, you know how Tori Lewis is Australia's fastest runner?
I
Yep.
do
Like,
now.
why can't she listen to music before? Well, why can't she listen to music?
Why?
Because she keeps breaking records.
Ah, yeah.
It's a very dad joke from you, man.
Okay,
I
that
like
was
it.
quite bad. That reaction was underwhelming for me.
I'm going to tip the home team and go Brisbane because I think home teams will win.
Yeah, I like your attitude, Broden. I will go for Brisbane also.
Giants, though, they're the
Yeah.
Jack Russell of the league, if you ask me. 145 as well, which is good. You can, so you don't have to watch
Yeah,
two games at once.
you can just choose. You don't have to keep track of both. It's great.
North West Coast, which is I feel like they've played 14 times this year.
Yeah.
Add Blundstone as well.
They're going to win that.
Yeah, I think Northwell should get this done. Although West Coast had great fight and great comeback
just
last
beat?
week. Suns.
Suns.
Yeah,
So
just sort of demolished just in the last 5 minutes.
North will win that. Saturday at 4:35.
I know.
Fremantle Geelong.
At
Freo at
Optus.
Optus,
At
right?
Optus.
Freo at Optus,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
tipping Freo.
Same.
Yeah, we don't know, I guess, yet if Pierce is back or was he injured for a while? He was injured for a while, wasn't he? Yeah.
I think Josh Tracy is in doubt.
Oh, okay. He's been really good this year.
Yeah, phenomenal. Oh my God, I'm not sure I'm doing my words very well.
Phenomenal.
That's a hard word, to be fair.
Yeah.
7:30 Essendon versus Suns. It's the Marnie Tom showdown.
Yeah.
At Marvel. Now, should we talk? I'm sorry that you can't both go to this because you're guests of the Melbourne Football Club at the other game across the ground.
Yeah.
We've organised for us all to go to the Melbourne game.
But
2
we're
weeks
going
in
to
a row.
bring an iPad to watch the game.
Get on the TVs, put up 100%. You absolutely can. But this is a good game.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row you've dragged me away from my beloved Suns, Broden. Yeah.
This will be the first time we're watching a game together, though, and we'll be watching it with our sides. That's
Yeah,
so
we
exciting.
should just go feral and embarrass Broden at the
Am I allowed to wear Essendon gear to the fancy Melbourne
Totally.
dinner?
Absolutely. You do
I'll
whatever
wear
you want.
Suns gear as well. Look ridiculous.
I'm tipping the Suns, actually.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry,
crazy.
Marnie, but this is my roughie for the week.
You're crazy, man.
You are
There's
crazy. Don's had this
zero
in
chance.
the bag.
Yeah, the Dons were so much better last week. And what do we always say? Contract year stringer.
Yeah.
Got to win this. Got to make the finals. Got to cash in.
I know it is actually a very important game for the Dons, which means they might not win it.
That's my vibe. It's a huge win last week. We're back. It's all good. And then Suns, no one believes that the Suns can win this now.
don't.
And all of a sudden they're just gonna. And I feel it
Yeah.
happening.
If
Yeah.
Dimmer can win a game this year from here, I'll be so impressed. I'll like even against Richmond round 24, I'll be so impressed. I'll fucking sign up for 10 years on the spot or something like that. It'd just be insane. I'd be so impressed because that is not what we do.
I mean, to be fair, same with Bombers.
Yeah, true. But you guys have shown
what?
a bit this year.
I think it's going to be a draw.
That would be fun.
It's going to be like a 24-24 draw.
If it's looking that way, we should Uber over from the MCG.
Yeah, absolutely
See you later.
Meanwhile, across the CBD, at the MCG, D's taking on Port.
Yeah.
Port will win by a lot.
I think you guys will show up like you did against the Doggies, but just won't quite be able to get it done.
Stephen May is out for this season, I think now. Fair to say.
Yeah, and Gawn is hurt as well, I saw.
His ankle was
Wow, without Gawn and May, yeah, that's brutal. No Gawn, no May, Petrarca. That's 3 of your top 5.
I think it'll be good. Are you going Port?
I am, especially coming off that 112 win over Sydney. They're going to be full of confidence.
Yeah, red hot. Although these are the games they sort of lose, but, not enough to tip them.
Sunday, 1:10 MCG, Carlton Hawthorn. Far out. I might go to this.
Yeah, this is going to be so good. I start work at 4. I was like, I could go for the first 3 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be so fun. I'm surprised that so many people are tipping Carlton. To be honest.
I'm tipping Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think Hawthorn should be red hot favourites here.
Carlton don't win anymore.
No, and Hawthorn do win.
They lost.
Some stellar analysis.
Yeah. Did they just lose last weekend?
They lost to the Giants just at the
That's right, but that wasn't their fault.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I feel reasonably confident in Hawthorn over Carlton, I think.
Same.
I'm tipping Carlton.
Are you doing the home teams?
Yep.
So did you tip Melbourne as well?
No. Because it's like a very powerful element. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's very powerful, but you can still override that by being completely cooked, as the D's are.
Yeah.
Richmond and Saints at Marvel 320. 9% tipping Richmond to 91% tipping St Kilda, and that's probably right. This is a home game for Richmond, I think, somehow. Is that possible?
Oh, is this the Suns one where they have to play one at Marvel every year?
I'm just looking at the way it's been put here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, I think that's the thing. Richmond have to play one at least at Marvel a year.
Mate, I hate coming here.
Yeah, that's what, and because the Suns always play them there. They might even be playing them in round 24 as well, actually.
I'm tipping the Saints.
Yeah,
I've tipped the Saints.
I think the Saints.
And then Sunday, last game of the weekend, Crows, Doggies, which could be good. It's at Adelaide Oval. You tip the Doggies.
Yeah.
Even though they're away.
Yeah, I think
They look
look
scary good against my boys last week.
I really enjoy the Dogs.
Where are they in the 7th? I reckon they could still finish top 4.
The Dogs?
Yeah.
that
No,
would be
they
cool.
doesn't really matter where they finish. They're just going to fucking go.
Yeah.
They're just going to go. Well, I mean, it'd be great if they finished for top 4 for them.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'd be stoked for
God,
it.
this ladder is so interesting.
Yeah, did you see the form ladder that I think the AFL put out today as well? Because that was fascinating too. Like the Saints on form at the last 5 weeks are in like the top 8 as well.
Really?
And stuff like that. Yeah, it was really interesting.
They've come home with a wet sail, you say?
Yeah, I can't remember who put it in my Discord, but it was, so apologies to them for stealing their thunder, but it was very interesting.
No, that is. I find that very fascinating.
Yeah, here you go, Broden.
All right, let's read out the form ladder. Okay, so at the top of the ladder and we're reading the only, so Brisbane are first, Port are second, Doggies are third, Cats are fourth. Mm-hmm. And then it's Giants, Hawks, Fremantle, Saints.
Yeah, so the Saints, if they could have just stolen a couple earlier, like I kept saying to them, could have been in contention for the top 8.
It's crazy that ladder's not hugely different, though.
No, it's. I mean, when you win 6 in a row like Brisbane and it's been this volatile, right? That pretty much, put you right up the top.
Yeah, don't run off the Giants as well, though. They could, really.
Yeah, I forgot
in
they
on
went
them.
5-0 at the start from round 0 to 5. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Do you want to have a last prediction before next time we chat? The Olympics will be over.
Ooh.
OVA. How many gold medals we'll end up with?
Oh, I would love us to beat Tokyo. So what do we need? 3 more medals, 3 more golds to beat Tokyo? Okay. Oh, but where are they going to come from?
I don't know.
What events do we have left?
I remember at
Opals.
Tokyo we were upset with how little we were upset with how few we had. And then there was a big run at the end because there's all the sports that happen.
Sailing.
Right. Okay. There's so many sports that happen over the 2 weeks that finish in the final weekend. So a lot come through there. So I'm hoping we have a few there. But
All right.
I'm hoping we get
19.
20. 20 golds.
And would that get us like top 5?
I'm hearing at the moment that this is the best medal performance Australia's had since Melbourne in 1956.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's just awesome. It's really
so
cool. This generation, and like, let's talk, the women are just so good and just so dominate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
12-2 or something, isn't it? Like as far as goals go, yeah.
genuinely, like, it makes me very excited. I know that there's coming from areas like swimming, which are already very well
Established.
funded and established, but like women's sports getting more and more resources as we speak, and they're continuing to grow. And we're already getting 10 gold.
Yeah. No, I read about
Imagine
this
what's gonna happen in 10
3x3
years.
basketball team as well. Like how
Annie
yeah.
Maley. That's
Yeah.
the Annie Maley's the one that I know a little bit.
Oh, right. And yeah, Basketball Australia just won't fund even like training sessions and stuff. And they
Yeah.
went out and performed really well. So,
Do
Yeah.
you know what bugs me about the swimming team is did you see in the news yesterday they finished and they won all the golds, and their main benefactor is Gina Reinhardt. She's standing at this French thing going, very proud of you all.
Well, did you see that Gina
They have
Reinhardt
gold boots.
had an exclusive cruise just for the gold medal winners?
Yeah, yeah. Very proud of you all, and they're all like, "Oh, she's like our fairy godmother." You're like, "Ugh."
I mean, I understand it might be tough as an athlete to get money and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. No, like, if I was a swimmer, I'd be like, please don't make me do this in public.
Yeah, behind closed doors is fine, but
Yeah, but that was they all had. She gave him gold RM Williams boots.
No, they weren't Aaron Williams
they?
because she owns a boot place.
Oh, right.
And so they're that. So they had to. That
Put
was
on
literally
the boots.
a condition of them going on the cruise was to wear the boots.
Put on the boots. Oh my god, she's
God,
rich.
That is fine. Yeah,
If you want to sponsor us, Gina,
yeah,
let us
Jenna,
know,
we would happily wear the gold rings.
I'll wear gold boots. Not really.
No,
not really. I don't think she's lying. Is she in the chat?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think she's in the chat. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us this week, Marns.
Yep.
Enjoyed not sleeping for 5 or 6 more days.
Yeah.
Tom, all the best with your raising of charity.
Thank you.
And all the best with seeing you at the live show if you do want to come. It's going to be dope. I will write it and as soon. But do you want to do a sketch or something?
Yeah, I'll do anything. I'm so excited.
Yeah, maybe we could do a TikTok dance.
Okay.
Marnie's been on it for ages. I think we
We can get the whole audience to the TikTok dance.
Yeah.
together.
Broden's been going to dance class.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
We're trying to sell tickets. So we'll just we'll Gina's in the chat. Great. Thank you. Hey Gina. Hello. She's gifted 5 subs for $12. She's gifted 48,000 subs. Thank you, Gina.
You know how at Marvel they do their light show?
Yeah.
Can we do that but with the stings and lights going everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
To open it?
I do like that. Yeah.
100%,
If you have any ideas, please send them
Yeah,
through
please.
because I want this to be. I want to win awards for this live podcast. I tell you that much. All right. Have a great week, everyone. But most importantly, bounce that pill.
Great.
And good chats, everyone. Seriously, though, if Gina Reinhardt is in the chat, let us know.
Great podcast, everybody.
Yeah, it was very fun.
How did people go in the comments? Did they have a nice time?
They're having a lovely time. Or someone said Pog.
Oh, well.
Well, that must mean.
Looking to return 2 tickets to the Sydney show if they're a TikTok. Sorry, me and Marns are on it. We want it.
No refunds.
Gina Pilhart.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you. It was lovely. Thank you, John. Can't wait for the live show. Thank you. Yes, no, it should be, for lack of a better word, a vibe. Because you came to them last time, didn't you?
Yeah, and this time I get to be on stage.
Yeah, you get free tickets.
yeah, I don't have to bomb
Free
or a
flights
ticket.
as well. It's great.
I know.
Yeah, you get to go to all 4 shows. Do you know last time we did it, we went to Adelaide and I brought a footy. I was like, I'll bounce it. And then I got on the plane and then the Virgin guy was like, you can't bring that on here. Actually, it was on the way back.
Yeah,
Like, you can't bring that on here. I have to deflate it. And I was like, I brought it over. And he's like, no, you must have smuggled it. And I said, what? And
Got really offended.
And I got offended.
It was quite funny.
And then I said, I know Gina Reinhardt.
You don't.
She'll be hearing about this. I don't. I've never met her. But no, it'll be good. Any last questions before we bail out, friends? Whether Connor, Thomas, James, John, Destruction Lane, Chicken Joe. D's fans, yeah, well, they're not going to the footy, so they should come to our show, shouldn't they? And on behalf of Perth, sorry about the Northbridge guys. Hey, I don't mind Northbridge. What's that? Luna's, the diner? There's a nice diner called Luna's. It's
I've
open.
never been.
Open all night. I'll tell
Are
you.
we just flying up and back same day?
No.
We think
Oh,
stay
great.
overnight.
Oh,
It's
yay.
too far.
So we can-
might fly up that day, I'm not sure, but
It is that day.
Fly the day before.
Yeah, so we can, well,
Not the day before.
No, we can't.
Well, it's in a back-to-back shows.
yeah, and I'll only be able to get like Wednesday and Thursday off. That's, yeah. But we can explore the cities a little bit.
From Adelaide, so yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah.
I'm going to put your suggestions in
mic
for the
now, but-
cities.
They're having a nice chat. There used to be a restaurant in Perth called Fast Eddie's that was open late. So after you finish your shows, you could go to Fast Eddie's. And they were open till 11 o'clock at night, Fast Eddie's. It's now
Cool.
defunct. And I went in there once at 10 with the Donna guys and I said, just a table for 4, thanks. And they said, no, we're closed. We close at 10:30. We close at 10:30. And I said, but it says you close at 11. He's like, no, we close at 10:30. I'm like, but it's 10. And he went, I don't understand what you're saying. And then I was like, you got to leave. I was like, it was like the two things he challenged me on were not true. Like, anyway,
Yeah.
no, and fair enough. He's like, you Melbourne East Coasters, can't trust you. And how good's this weather?
It's actually been really nice. It's like relatively balmy, like still a bit cold. I actually regret because I walked here in my big puffer jacket because I was getting a bit sweaty. And then I walked in and the first thing Broden says to me is, do you want some deodorant?
Yes, but more so because we've got these deodorants from a place that I haven't done my research on, but I've optically put them in here. It's a charity that's doing deodorant.
Man cave.
Is it man? I don't know if it is.
Oh, really? That's what I was told.
Well, that's not on any of the, it doesn't have that written anywhere.
Oh,
No, there is inside.
Oh.
It is Man Cave.
It is Man cave.
And it's a deodorant, personal care products supporting young men's mental health. And Ian Thorpe's on the picture.
Great.
Thorpe says it's fully sick. Do you remember that as a kid?
No.
Yeah. When we were kids, Sultana brand, Thorpe was the face of Sultana brand.
Oh, cool. Good for him. Get that
And,
coin.
there was that ad where it's like, Thorpe, if someone rings Thorpe, he's like, Thorpe, I can't get my kids to have this cereal. And then Thorpe over the phone would go, tell him it's fully sick. And then there you go. Thorpe says it's fully sick. And they go, oh. And on that note, we'll see you later because Thorpe says it's fully sick.